Shalom. Shalom and welcome. This is Extinction Protocols. Extinction Protocols. It represents a series of messages for those of us who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. It is a message to those whom I believe have accepted Yahushua as Mashiach, as Messiah, and are among the true olive trees and golden lampstands. True Yasharal, represent 12 tribes of true Yasharal, commonly known as Israel, and golden lampstand, which will be complete with a multitude of which both are made one in Yahushua Messiah. It is a message to those whom I believe will be among the 144,000, 12,000 from each of the tribes of Yasharal, and the multitude of every nation, kindred, and tongue who seek to do the will of the Most High. Under the banner of Yasharal, these messages are addressed to you, my brothers and sisters. It is for that reason I am compelled to present these words as I believe the Spirit of Yahushua has led me. Examine these words and see if you are able to confirm that there is indeed life in them. Today is May 30th, 2014, and this segment of Extinction Protocol is entitled, If Left Behind. If Left Behind. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Symmanayah. With that said, allow me to define the word protocol. It is a system of rules that explain the correct conduct and procedures to be followed in formal situations. Yes, my brothers and sisters, there cannot be and will not ever be a more formal situation than end times as we know it in these bodies in the preparation for the return of our Messiah Yahushua. I am compelled to believe this series will prove to reflect that there are necessary protocols related to man's extinction, or it could be worded more softer, man's transition. But know this, we will put off the corruptible and put on the incorruptible. These earthen vessels as we know it will come to an end. They will become extinct. My brothers and sisters, whether you realize it or not, from our natural and practical perspective, scientists and world leaders are aware if there was not intervention from the Most High Father, that man will be extinct, possibly extinct within this century, on the sooner end more so than the latter. It is my belief if there was not intervention from the Most High, we will witness man's extinction within 20 to 25 years, given the rate our planet is dying. Currently, CO2 levels and methane gas levels are increasing within our atmosphere. And as a result of this increase, my brothers and sisters, global warming and climate change has resulted. And in the wake, in the shadows of global warming and climate change are extreme weather patterns resulting in drought, fresh water shortages spreading across the world. And where there's no fresh water, it will eventually result in no food or less food being produced as the population continues to grow. There are no real solutions in sight, my brothers and sisters, but those of us who know that there is a plan are aware that the Most High Father has stated he will gather us from the four corners of the earth. Yes, there will be some who will remain and shelter in place and die as martyrs. But there will be a final exodus, and we will be gathered into an appointed and safe place into the return of our Messiah. These messages are for those who have an ear to hear. These messages are for you, whom the words have found their destination. For I am a strong believer in Isaiah 55:11, and if there is life in these words, they will find their destination, for they will not return to the Most High empty nor void. With that said, my brothers and sisters, this segment of Extinction Protocol is entitled, If Left Behind. My brothers and sisters, many believe everyone who is Yasharal will be in the ranks of those who will be gathered. This is not true. Keep in mind there are scriptures that say some will die for the reign of Yahushua. Some will die out of arrogance, out of unbelief. Keep in mind, my brothers and sisters, scriptures must remain whole. The majority of people have not given any thought to the possible details of our final exodus, those who believe there will be one. But yet will say boldly they believe it will come to be. For some reason, we have not demonstrated a sense of urgency when it comes to exploring the possible details or the exact details of what will occur to make us whole, to bring us into unity. My brothers and sisters, I submit to you, not all will be in attendance for the final exodus. I submit to you, we are being refined and the final exodus is not too far away. I'm compelled to believe it will come to be within this decade, if not sooner. The rate or speed of our planet's dying leads one to believe end-time prophecies are unfolding with fierceness yet to be recognized as a whole by those who are walking the planet. As I mentioned, global warming, climate change is real, and it will result in widespread and extreme drought, extreme fresh water shortage, and severe food shortages, famine. We will see a rise in pestilence and disease as people begin to face the horrifying truth regarding man's extinction as we know it in these bodies. End times will prove that there will be some left behind for varying reasons. People will attempt to blame the leaders for picking and choosing who will be among the ranks of those in the final exodus, but they will be sadly mistaken. For it is not man who will choose. It is not man who will determine who will be allowed, who will be guided to that final destination, to that safe place, and to the Mashiach return. That is not a decision of man. But I assure you, my brothers and sisters, the chosen leaders that the Most High are refining will execute his orders, his commands, and it will appear as though the individual himself is making that decision, but it will be the decision of the Most High. Those who will be in the true ranks of the final exodus will have been chosen in or allowed by the decisions made by the Almighty Father Yahuwah. If left behind, do not fret. Do not think there is no way you will enter into the life promised. Remember, there will be martyrs among us who will be left behind, but there will be those who would die or have died looking forward to the Mashiach's return. Also remember, he who loses his life for the sake of the reign of Yahushua will inherit life, and life more immeasurable. Yes, my brothers and sisters, remember all that you studied and read. Remember the scriptures even talk about times when there are those who are delivered to Satan for the destruction of the flesh, that the spirit may be saved. These are those who have made a decision to pursue righteousness and attempt to do right, but for some reason they were overtaken and their mistakes, they stumbled, they fell in their earthen bodies, but they will receive life immeasurably. And you will come to understand what this means when it says delivering one to Satan for the destruction of flesh. This is talking about a brother. Yes, there are brothers and sisters who desire deep within their hearts and mind to worship and obey, but for some reason they are overtaken by their flesh. Pray for them. Pray that the Most High have mercy on them. Allow me to read the following, my brothers and sisters. Isaiah 11:12 reads, "And he shall raise a banner for the nations and gather the outcasts of Yasharal and assemble the dispersed of Yehuda from the four corners of the earth." Isaiah 43:5-7 reads, "Do not fear, for I am with you. I shall bring your seed from the east and gather you from the west. I shall say to the north, give them up, and to the south, do not keep them back. Bring my sons from afar and my daughters from the ends of the earth." Now see, people miss this next verse, the 7th verse. It say, "All those called by my name who I have created, formed," and here it is, keywords, "even made for my esteem." So not everyone is those whom he made for his esteem to prove his word, to bring his word to pass. Some people take this and say, well, that means everybody. I've heard people say that, yeah, the goats and the lambs, the tares and the wheat, we're going to all be together in compromising spirit and be among the final exodus. And it's the Mashiach that will separate. Many are sadly mistaken. Though there will be goats among us, though there will be tares among us, those will be those who imitate very clearly imitate a look and an image of a brother or sister who desire to worship and obey. It is not talking about the most obvious of false teachings and compromising spirits. No, they will be purged from our ranks, my brothers and sisters. Moving on. Jeremiah 23:3 says, Therefore I shall gather the remnant of my flock out of all the lands where I have driven them, and shall bring them back to their fold. They shall bear and increase. Whether you believe these prophecies have been fulfilled and never happen again, there are those of us who believe this foretells of a time we will experience a final exodus to come. Matthew 10:21 and 22 says, And brothers shall deliver up brother to death, and a father his child, and children shall rise up against parents and shall put them to death. So if he's saying children are going to rise up against parents and put them to death, is it not possible that we will experience brothers and sisters who will be put to death as a result of being betrayed by children? 10:22, Matthew 10:22, And you shall be hated by all for my name's sake, but he who should have endured to the end shall be saved. Luke 21:16 reads, And you shall also be betrayed by parents and brothers and relatives and friends, and some of you shall be put to death. You see, my brothers and sisters, not all will participate in the final exodus. Some will die. Some will be left behind to face martyrdom. Matthew 10:34 through 36 reads, Do not think that I have come to bring peace on earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to bring division. A man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law, and a man's enemy are those of his own household. My brothers and sisters, all too often, I have seen individuals who are obedient to the spirit of Yahushua present truth or righteousness only for self-appointed or erroneous mores, teachers, leaders, shepherds to erroneously dub them as one bringing in confusion or causing division. Let us be mindful. There will be times when the word of the Most High will be quicker than any two-edged sword, and it will bring division. It will separate those who pursue righteousness sincerely versus those who prefer to maintain compromising and what they think are peaceful settings. Let us be mindful, my brothers and sisters. Righteousness separates. Righteousness produces a set apartness in our actions and our behaviors. It is time to come away from compromising teachings. It is time to pursue righteousness. It is time to pursue the living orders from the Spirit of our Messiah. My brothers and sisters, as a mass confusion and worldwide panic erupt over food, water, and in some parts of the earth, fresh air, we will witness Yasharal being gathered before the ultimate thresholds are reached regarding his wrath. Consider this, the Most High causes one to face starvation. So to this individual, it may be considered the wrath of the Most High have visited him or her or have begun. But I submit to you, whatever we call the wrath of the Most High Father may not always be correct. In other words, we will experience humbling times. We will experience being humbled during end-time prophecies fulfillment. And I assure you, the ultimate wrath will be more intense than what we can ever imagine that we would experience. At least those who will be among the ranks of the children of obedience will realize that there is a severe wrath that will unfold and that we will be guided to safety. The final exodus will not be waiting on anyone, nor will it come to be based on our schedule and our timeline. If left behind, trust that the Most High Father Yahuwah knows your mind and heart. If left behind, believe that this plan is much larger than you, and remember, it will not be the end of all things. All promises by the Most High Father Yahuwah will be kept. In other words, there will be those who will not participate in the final exodus, and there will be those overtaken by unbelief and or false leaders. But this does not mean that you or they or whomever fit this description forfeits salvation and are doomed. It does not mean that. It only means that what you experience in that earthen vessel will be something most horrifying. But if your heart Deep in your heart, deep in your mind, it is your desire to pursue righteousness, but you were just overtaken in your flesh. Salvation awaits you. Pray and watch. Many fail to listen to the life and scriptures to believe this to be true. There will be loved ones, even saved ones, who will be left behind. There are many who will not get to see the fulfillment of Yasharal's gathering from the four corners. There will be pain, anguish, anger, regret, disappointment, as well as many different emotions that will be experienced as those who will be gathered come to be. There will be praise and rejoicing as proof unfolds. Have you sought to discern what your position will be? If left behind, again, do not fret. Seek earnestly what you are required to do and press into obedience to the Spirit of Yahushua. There will be believers who will attempt to say your Elohim have abandoned you. Unbelievers, rather, who would attempt to say your Elohim have abandoned you. In other words, there are going to be people that are saying, oh, you thought that you was righteous and everything. He's abandoned you. He's left you. You need to turn your back, or you chose the wrong direction. Do not be overtaken by these words. There will be those who will attempt to get you to think you were forgotten or that your beliefs were wrong. Beware of such individuals and come away from them. There will be those among individuals left behind who will discern why and come to know the reason they were left behind. If left behind, please do not think there is no chance of meeting up with those during the resurrection time. Who knows? There just might be some who catch up later along the journey and join those gathered from the four corners of the earth. There is nothing in scriptures that refute the possibility that there may be some stragglers at the last minute that will catch up. If left behind, whatever you do, please do not lose expectation that there is a place for you in the reign of Yahushua, our Messiah, our Mashiach. Pray some more and be mindful of all promises made by our Almighty Father Yahuwah. And trust the Spirit of Yahushua will be among those who are even left behind, whether people believe it or not. Remember, there will be martyrs who will be left behind as well. There will be chosen guides, counsel, leaders left behind as well, believe it or not. And they will face some of the most difficult times. Let us pray to discern who they are, and let us continue to walk with the expectation that we will face the Mashiach in life immeasurably. I pray that you remember these words and consider sharing them with others. I pray that you consider these discussions among brothers and sisters, that we may prepare for those who are left behind, and compared to those who are gathered. There will be weeping, there will be heartache, there will be pain, but we will come to rejoice knowing that all that is written is being fulfilled. My brothers and sisters, we are approaching uncertainty as it relates to many of the details regarding the final Exodus, or where to be, whether we are to be martyrs or not. For some reason, many people have dismissed that we are that close to end-time prophecy fulfillment. It is only a matter of time before proof emerge, if not already, among those who are awake. We will come to witness how to continue on our journey even in the midst of tough times, even in the midst of leaving those behind. It is a matter of time before we begin to see those who will ponder on the question regarding, what if I'm left behind? But it will come to be subject matter as we draw closer to the fulfillment of much that has been written. We will witness evidence of the power and strength of the Most High Father working in us one towards another. We will see a rise in His chosen leaders. We will witness His sent messengers. We will understand that this plan of the Most High is unfolding like never before imagined. I pray each will begin to realize the need to discern the orders and commands going forward. Whether we are left behind or not, let us continue to pursue righteousness. Until next time, my brothers and sisters, I pray that we're able to endure to the end. Until next time, I invite you to continue to stay tuned as Extinction Protocols continues. Shalom, shalom, shalom.